The Seattle roots of Bruce Lee flow on his 80th anniversary. He was a global martial arts hero, showcasing strength for Asian males while living in Seattle, and now undergoing a 2020 revival is the late Bruce Lee. Nationally, he's the focus of a book by daughter Shannon and a documentary film, the titles of each invoking Lee's fluid metaphor for mortality, be water. In Seattle, where Lee lived from 1959 to 1964, he is buried at Lakeview Cemetery. A Lee exhibit continues at Wing Luke Museum, and a local former student of Lee has just released a memoir of their friendship. All of this precedes the 80th anniversary of the superstar's November 27th birth. The memoirist, retired Mount Baker attorney Doug Palmer, was a Garfield High School senior when he began to bond with Lee. 4 years older than Palmer, Lee was building a local reputation with gung fu shows in person and on public TV's KCTS Channel 9. Lee's time in Seattle, Palmer says, was pivotal. While working at and living in a walk-in closet above Ruby Chow's restaurant at Broadway and Jefferson, Lee atypically welcomed students of all races to his gung fu classes in the eatery's basement, area parks, and a garage. In October 1963, as a University of Washington drama philosophy student, Lee expanded to a live-in studio for 10 months on the ground floor of the 3-story University Way apartments at 4750 University Way Northeast. In our then photo, Lee stands at 4750 with gung fu student Linda Emery, whom he married in August 1964 in Seattle. 2 years later, Lee played Kato in the Batman and Green Hornet TV series, soon gaining Hollywood fame, followed by an untimely, mysterious death in 1973 at age 32. Palmer's memoir brims with anecdotes about Lee, who was born in San Francisco and raised in Hong Kong. Lee's father was Chinese and his mother Eurasian. Palmer says Lee proudly identified as Chinese, while his parents urged him to embrace diversity. This helped him in December 1963 when Lee was discreetly dating Emery, who is white. Palmer, who is white, was dating a Chinese woman at the same time. Both women's parents objected to interracial dating, so Lee and Palmer picked up each other's dates at the parents' homes, then switched partners. Lee, Palmer writes, could be a challenge. He liked the limelight and had a tendency to suck all the oxygen out of the room. This, he says, was a small price to pay to experience Lee's magnetism and cross-cultural vision. As Palmer notes, we've come a long way, but we still have a long way to go. In our then photo, in late 1963 or early 1964, close to his 23rd birthday, Bruce Lee stands with gung fu student and future wife Linda Emery as they look north outside Lee's studio at 4750 University Way Northeast. The storefront later housed a ballet studio, a metaphysics school, and a plasma center. Today, it's an art boutique. In our now photo, Doug Palmer and his wife Noriko Goto Palmer, long active in the local Japanese and Japanese American communities, replicate the pose of Bruce Lee and Linda Emery in the same spot. Palmer will speak about his memoir, Bruce Lee, Sifu, Friend and Big Brother, 2020 Chin Music Press, at an online event at 2 p.m. December 5th, sponsored by the Wing Luke Museum of the Asian Pacific American Experience.